All right. Second bit of news, man, for all my sports fans, specifically NFL. My sports fans, man. Hey, free agency going crazy right now. Free agency going crazy. I said last year. Last year was the year of the wide receivers. Wide receivers changed teams like no other business. Last year, this season, oof. Running backs. Running backs are going everywhere, man. Everywhere. So let's start with what we got so far. Obviously, the big news was Derrick Henry today with the Ravens. So that's a huge signing. The Ravens have had a lot of problems with their running back. A lot of problems with their running backs. Everybody's been injured. Gus Edwards, surprisingly, over the last 3 years, has been the most healthy, but even he tore his ACL at one point. And then Gus Edwards, again, he was the lone, like damn near the lone healthy back on the Ravens besides the rookie Keontae. So now he goes to the Chargers. Now he goes to the Chargers. So I told Ace, man. And Ace didn't seem sad. He didn't seem sad, but he was like, I knew it was gonna happen because literally, Austin Eckler was about to, test out free agency last season, but they convinced him to stay, gave him a deal, but it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. So now we had this, not the swap, not the team swap, but Gus Edwards goes to the Chargers, and then Austin Eckler goes to the Commanders. Goes to the Commanders. So we're gonna see, because obviously the Chargers need another back to help Gus, because Austin Eckler and Josh Kelly hit free agency. I don't think Josh Kelly has gotten anywhere yet. I don't think he landed anywhere yet, but Austin Eckler obviously has. David Singletary, he ended up being the best running back on the Texans. Ended up being the best running back on the Texans last season. For some reason, I truly don't know what happened there, because I wasn't expecting Devin Singletary to take over the backfield, but now he's on the Giants. Now he is on the Giants, so we shall see how that ends up. I don't think that he's going to be the main back. I don't think he's going to be the premier back, because you're literally filling in for Saquon at this point, and Saquon has had his up and downs. I still don't even think he played a full season. I think maybe last season was probably like, if I had to guess, it probably was the longest that he's ever played. Because that man, outside of maybe his rookie season, so we'll see what happens with that. But Devin Singletary right now is the main back on the Giants. Antonio Gibson. So as the Commanders get Austin Eckler, Antonio Gibson, who is also there, he was the main back, but then once Brian Robinson came in, he became more of that third down, like passing play type of back. So now he goes to the Patriots. They needed somebody like this. Because the Patriots love those like smaller, pass catching type of running back. Like that was Brady's little dump off dream, when he was there. Brady loved those little scat backs who could catch. So we'll see how it ends up being. But now, we have to see what this new offense is going to be like. We have to see what this new team is going to be like on the Patriots. Now that Belichick is gone, like we don't even know if they're going to, continue to have the same scheme or not. So we shall see. We shall see new coach, new quarterback, new running backs. So we definitely shall see. And Ramondre is still there, and Zeke is still there technically right now. So we're going to see what happens with this, potential three-headed monster. I don't know. Zach Moss goes to the Bengals. Zach Moss ended up having, a really good season while they were waiting on the Jonathan Taylor situation. And it really came to a point where like, damn, Zach Moss was doing so good that do we want to just bring Jonathan Taylor back like immediately? They ended up having to, because if you want to give Jonathan Taylor that deal after he was, essentially holding out, and then y'all gave him this weird, like, unable to play, tag, even though he could clearly play, they ended up making a deal for him. Like, it's funny though, because the Colts literally kept everybody. They Colts damn near kept everybody but Zach Moss. Like, it was great. I was seeing all the news. I'm like, damn, Colts like really, keeping their team. for the most part. But Zach Moss had to go. I get it. He was in high demand. He could definitely demand more. So now he's on the Bengals. And with that being said, Joe Mixon got released. He did not get traded. He got released. So it's a lot of running backs that got released, believe it or not, which is very interesting. It wasn't any straight up trade for a lot of these running backs over the past couple of days. It was legit like, I'm releasing you and you were free agent. You can sign wherever you want. So keep that in mind, man. Keep that in mind because Joe Mixon got released. DeAndre Swift goes from the Eagles to the Bears. This one is interesting because this shows me that one, the Bears don't trust Khalil Herbert and Rashawn Johnson like that. After getting rid of their running back, going to the Lions, now we get DeAndre Swift, who was kind of iffy on Lions because that's why they let him go. But then he went to the Eagles and then he just started going crazy, bro. He started going crazy, and he wasn't even supposed to be the number one back when he went to the Eagles. He wasn't even supposed to be number one. He was like number 4 on the depth chart. That man was like number 4 on the depth chart, but all of a sudden, man, like the Eagles had this weird running back committee, and DeAndre Swift ended up being that number 1 back like after a couple of games. It didn't even take long. So it was very interesting with that situation. So I'm assuming the Bears making this move, they're going to immediately make Swift their number 1. But Khalil Herbert is not a pushover, but I'm guessing again they don't think that any of them, Herbert or Rashawn Johnson, going to be a clear-cut starter. And obviously the Bears got to make some more moves, given that this Caleb Williams situation is popping up, and we still don't know if the Bears are going to truly do that or not. So they have a very interesting situation I don't want to be in with the quarterback. Like, you're going to keep Justin Fields, or you're going to try to ship him off, or you're going to get Caleb and still keep Justin Fields. Like, it's going to be so weird. So the Bears are definitely far from being done. They got their own situation they got to handle when the draft comes. So we'll see what happens with that. Tony Pollard. Now, this one was very surprising. Tony Pollard was very surprising to me because I'm like, Cowboys, what y'all trying to get cooking there? What y'all trying to get cooking? Because Tony Pollard, after the whole Zeke situation, y'all ship Zeke off, make Tony Pollard your number 1, and now just ship him off like that to the Titans. I'm like, dang, I truly wasn't expecting that one. So I mean, obviously with this move, that Derrick Henry was going bye-bye. But I just wasn't expecting Tony Pollard to be shit. It was more on the Cowboys, and I was just like, wow, like that one was very interesting. And the Cowboys still don't really have anybody. I was like, dang, like the Cowboys still didn't get anybody. Like, I don't know. I guess we'll see maybe tomorrow or later on during the week. I'm like, okay, did the Cowboys actually go after somebody? Like, did they just strike out trying to go after everybody? Because as soon as the Tony Pollard news came out, they were like, oh, y'all gonna get Derrick Henry or y'all gonna get Aaron Jones, but none of them, like, Cowboys didn't get anybody. So he said he was having some issue with the Cowboys. That's it's interesting, but I'm like, dang, like, to just ship them off like that when y'all didn't have anybody for real is kind of interesting. So we're gonna see what happens with Tony Pollard and now Tyjae Spears, who was the number 2 to Derrick Henry. So we are going to see. Maybe Tony Pollard will come back and have a breakout season. Maybe he'll come back. We'll have to see what that. But he got 3 years, $24 million. So he said Fields is still a Bear before draft. They could be surprised. Yeah, and the rumors keep coming around as the days go by that Justin Fields, that his value is going down. So I don't know, because the quarterback situation was crazy too. Everybody kept linking Justin Fields to the Falcons, and now the Falcons got Kirk Cousins. So I'm just like, I truly don't know where he's gonna go now. Like, it's been some weird quarterback moves. Definitely some weird quarterback moves. And I thought that Justin Fields would have a little bit more value. Freaking Sam Darnold got a job. Like, come on, man. Sam Darnold got a freaking job. You tell me the Vikings, like, again, y'all in the same division. The Vikings didn't want Justin Fields. Like, I really don't know. It's something else going on that we just aren't sure of. Something else going on. Packers, speaking of Aaron Jones got released. He did not get traded. Aaron Jones got released by the Packers because the Packers got Josh Jacobs. I think that this is a good move. This is definitely a good move, but now we have to see what's going to happen here. If they're going to just make Josh Jacobs the bell cow or what here. But the Packers actually had a really good season, given that Jordan Love, wasn't expected to really do much there, post Aaron Rodgers. but Jordan Love had a really good season, especially with a lot of rookies too, or rookies and sophomores. So we'll see. Josh Jacobs was a good pickup, definitely a good pickup. But if I was the Raiders, I would have tried to keep him. Definitely would have tried to keep him, but it is what it is. I think he's gonna do good on that team. Jacobs is definitely a good running back. Definitely a good running back. And we shall see. And then speaking of Aaron Jones, he stays in the division, stays in the NFC North, and goes to the Vikings, of course. And I was literally saying this. I was like, damn. I think that I wonder, is this twofold? Or like, do the players just like staying in the same division just so they're like, hey, I just want to have revenge game against you. Like, I just want to have a revenge game against my former team. I get to see y'all 2 times a year. And like, I know y'all playbook too, so I could just give my new team all the plays that y'all would typically run. And on the other side, is it also the team themselves? They're like, hey, if I get this player, then he could just tell me all the plays, like, because he would know the stuff from his former team. So is it twofold? Like, is it like, because I despise a player just going from one team to another in your same division. I'm like, well, why? Like, what's the point? In my opinion, I'm just like, what's the point? But I'm like, it has to be something else. It has to be something else. I don't know. He said John Jacobs don't like the Raiders. They've been effing them over. Said they changed the words and verbiage. Okay. We're gonna see. But I mean, this obvious move with getting Aaron Jones. I didn't even know that they the Vikings let go of Jordan, let go of Alexander Madison. I was like, whoa, okay, because I was like, damn, like, I thought y'all was going all in with Madison since y'all let go of Dalvin. So I didn't peep that. I was like, oh, y'all let him go. So that makes perfect sense why y'all got Aaron Jones. So now Ty Chandler is in the backfield with Aaron Jones. So we're going to see what happens there. I mean, Aaron Jones isn't the same player that he was, but Aaron Jones can still get it done. He just ended up having weird hamstring injuries. I was so mad because I picked him up in fantasy too, and I was like, man, he broke out that first game. Then that man caught a hammy. I was so mad. But we'll see. I mean, they don't have Kirk Cousins anymore, so I know Vikings, even though they had Dalvin Cook, they were very throw happy, and that's how Justin Jefferson. And even back then, I mean, when you still had Adam Thielen on the team, like, that man was getting peppered, bro. Like, that man was getting peppered. So they're definitely a throw happy team. So I don't know if they're going to switch it up now and be mixing a lot more running plays. So we'll see what happens with that. Saquon, speaking of Saquon, he goes to the Eagles. Again, same division. You go from the Giants to the Eagles. I'm like, I know y'all. I know the NFC East is thick. So we're gonna see with this. He got 3 years, $37 million. I mean, it's a good move for them, man. Good move for them. But again, are they gonna continue to do this running back committee, or are they just gonna make Saquon the bell cow? What up, Kylie? What up? So we will see. We know that Saquon, when he's healthy, which is rare, but when he's healthy, Saquon is one of the best backs out there, but he just hadn't been healthy. That's literally been his problem. So we shall see. But this will also mean that if healthy, Jalen Hurts wouldn't have to run as much, and they could do a lot more RPO plays. So we'll see if that swap with Saquon and letting go of Swift will end up being the best move for them. We shall see. Also, Eckler, we already mentioned, goes to the Commanders. Another, potential bell cow, but also Eckler's also been very injury prone over the last few years. So we'll see. But if the Commanders stick with their game plan, then I mean, swapping Antonio Gibson, False, and Eckler, who could also run, it's a good move for them. But again, y'all still have Brian Robinson, so it's like, who's going to be the number one there? Who's going to be the number one there? Is it still going to be Brian Robinson, or are you going to just bring Eckler in and just make him that guy? So we will see. We will see there if Austin Eckler just get regulated to, again, just Antonio Gibson role. Commanders low key, the Cowboys part 2, Dan Quinn taking everyone. True. Speaking of Joe Mixon, he goes to the Texans. Joe Mixon goes to the Texans. So that's a good move, man. I really like that move for the Texans, to be honest, because now they have that true bell cow. Because Joe Mixon can be that guy. I mean, with all the Dameon Pierce, like, I truly don't know what happened to Dameon Pierce last season. I truly don't. Like, I don't know if it was a confidence thing. Because I mean, the Texans, even though they were touted to be a bad team last season, I mean, you made the freaking playoff. Like they actually were cooking, man. They actually were cooking last season. Like those rookies and sophomores did. They did really good, man. So I think that Joe Mixon coming on team, it should be the missing piece that they need. So we will see. We'll see. But I like that move. The Texans did a really good job. Then finally, Derrick Henry, again, out of notable ones, goes to the Ravens. And we spoke about this earlier. I mean, the Ravens also have an injury-prone running back committee. So, because Edwards is now gone, we're going to see what happens with this. Derrick Henry can clearly be a bell cow, but we're going to see, like, at this stage of Derrick Henry's career, like, that man still be training like crazy. He still be training like crazy. He really doesn't have any signs of a decline. And it seemed like he's really made for this offense. He really is made for this offense. Like I think he gonna go crazy, bro. I think Derrick Henry gonna go crazy in that backfield. So we shall see. We shall see what happens with that. That's it. I just really want to touch on the running backs. Obviously, it was a lot more news. Like the quarterbacks kind of went crazy. Like Marcus Mariota going to the Commanders, Jameis Winston going to the Browns. We talked about Kirk Cousins, even going to the Falcons. Sam Darnold goes to the Vikings. Jacoby Brissett goes back to the Patriots. Baker Mayfield, he resigns. He got 3 years, $100 million. Boy, they must have really believed in Baker, and he didn't do bad. He didn't do bad, to be honest. Gardner Minshew goes to the Raiders. Are we Raiders? I don't understand. Did we not try to go after Russ? Did we not try to go after Russ? I mean, Gardner Minshew, after the whole, like, yeah, you got Jimmy G. We all knew that he can't play a full season. He got hurt, as expected. Aiden O'Connell, I mean, was your backup. You didn't really have any choices here. But, I mean, Gardner Minshew isn't bad, but, I mean, I think that y'all could do better. So, I hope that the Raiders really think about this and try to, like, see. I don't know what place that, I don't know what pick that the Raiders has. But they need to go after a rookie at this point. Go after a rookie. Gotta be trying to draft the QB at this point. Yeah, because Gardner Minshew is not gonna be the end all be all. Russ to the Steelers. I was hoping that Russ would just stay in the division, just go to Raiders, but that ended up happening. But Russ coming to the Steelers, I mean, Kenny Pickett, bye-bye. You just lost your job. You were about to lose your job. So I think that this is just actually a good landing spot, though. I'm not gonna lie, I actually like Russ to the Steelers. I actually like it, but now he lost Deontay Johnson, so I'm hoping that the Steelers go back in the draft and get them another wide receiver, because it's just gonna be the George Pickens show. It's gonna be the George Pickens show. What else? We already talked about Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins gonna go crazy in Atlanta, bro. They're already embracing him. Quavo already said, bro, we gonna give him chains. Kirk Cousins. I don't know how this really happened with Kirk Cousins, bro. But this dude, he funny. Heard the rating like Jaden Daniels, but not sure they have a high enough pick. Yeah, because if it's not like top 10, maybe top 15, Jaden Daniels, he's out of here, bro. He's out of here. We shall see. So that was it, man. That was it. That's it with that. But I want to touch on that running back news, because the running backs kind of went free agency. I wasn't expecting all the moves to be made on the running back committee, but oof, a lot of moves, man. A lot of moves.